Hurdles of marginalized Black students, examining barriers in education that disrupt opportunity for Black youth. In the journal, The Real Toronto, Black Youth Experiences in the Nation of Multicultural City, written by scholar Andrea Davis, the question of multiculturalism and the disparity between opportunity for Black youth are considered when examining the stigmatism of violence situated around the lives of young Black Toronto males. Groups of Black communities are routinely excluded from conversation about Canada's future, which begins when these young men are alienated from full access to educational opportunity. While Canada's larger global image suggests a welcoming democracy, problems of racism, xenophobia, and classism continue to operate as barriers to education and employment for racialized, non-Christian, and poor citizens. According to the research from scholar Lewis, Canadian schools have noted that the majority of teachers working in schools within metropolitan cities such as Toronto and Quebec are white. A white teaching team may not understand the extent to which Black children and their families are affected by racial and cultural differences between the school and the home. Rashti discusses the issues of a singular white voice in the context of the Ontario curriculum textbooks, which seem to consistently avoid addressing topics of racism and race within the Canadian social structure, leaving the discussion of complex and controversial ideas concerning race and racism virtually unexplored. Without the implementation of anti-racist education frameworks in the Ontario system itself, our marginalized students will continue to be disadvantaged by institutions of education. Inquiry questions to consider. What barriers are in place to disrupt the opportunity for Black students to receive an educational experience that is unbiased and equal? In what ways do these students feel marginalized? In what ways has the Ontario Ministry of Education contributed to this disenfranchisement? And how is a future opportunity, both professionally and in terms of post-secondary, displaced by racial and oppressive education? So the gathering data strategy was to conduct an interview with the teacher candidate, a white female, in discussion of anti-racist education pedagogy and classroom implementations. This was done to engage with Leorna Lewis's academic research, which highlighted that the teaching team, comprised of predominantly white women, did not reflect the diversity of classroom students. By using the voice of a white woman, I was able to conduct an interview that examined the current anti-racist practices of white teachers entering our Toronto schools. When a teacher situates themselves in their classroom, takes action to speak responsibly, and takes responsibility for their decisions they may make, this will foster a positive conversation about race and racism in the classroom. Only when the teacher can take responsibility for their actions and thoughts, feelings, downfalls, and lead by example can students fully understand their positionality in anti-racist education. Future teachers can have an open discussion with respect in the classroom, provide pre-warnings for beginning uncomfortable classroom conversations, admit their own personal faults and reflect on their personal biases, and take action to complete their own academic research because the best teachers are lifelong learners. Thank you.